stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing on third down, Newton. This is White on the screen. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Finding Knox there, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Uncorks one for Davis. They've got his man complete.
He's going to make everything happen.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 78 yards. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track sneakers? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with it. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to him in front, but I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Cam going to bring the Patriots up now, 1st and 10 at the 40. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bills 7, Patriots nothing.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And now the Pats' leading rusher the past 2 seasons, it's Sony Michel.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Newton.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. So after the INT, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2nd and 2.
Throwing now is Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really competent throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
So now after the sack, Cam and the Patriots going to look up at a 3rd and long.
Out of the gun, Newton. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's caught by Howard. The 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The shotgun snap for Newton. Flushed out right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Corner blitz by Josh Norman works like a charm.
It's 2nd down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A play fake to Michelle, now Newton. He's got a man, complete. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They fake the give. Newton. Airing one out for Crowder. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Operating from the gun, Newton. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. There he goes, right side. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Touchdown, Bills.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time.
You thought you had
Levi
it.
Wallace
You
with
thought
a
you had
pick.
it.
And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
34-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
23 yards, the final tally.
3 yards.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the off.
And now here is another interception. It's A.J. Klein, the linebacker.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
Touchdown.
He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick-6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29.
A gain of 42.
Big play there for New England. 42 yards. Looking left side, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Michel. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Sony Michel, the ball
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And it's Michel once again. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
The ball carrier.
Sony Michel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns, running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone. We saw evidence of that on that play.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. I got one. 29 is the Mike.
From the gun, it's Allen. Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Alert, alert, alert. We want it. Come to my world. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Throwing again. Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 37 is the 52. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Here we go. 37 is the Mike.
On play action, Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
The Patriots.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Off play action. Newton. And And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
3rd and long, it's Newton. Lets it fly for Thielen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Earl Thomas coming up from that safety spot to make sure he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo.
The ball carrier.
9 good yards here on the run, and now 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's got it at the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. Pass on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Back now in Buffalo, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Escaping the pressure right. Lets it fly for Thielen. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 35. First down, here's White. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 2nd down, Washington. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Newton. And this is incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, They believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll roll him out right. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Dante Hightower just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Play action. Now it's Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis. And now it's 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
On play action, Allen. Now and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. Now Newton on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
Tyler Bass for the extra.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Throwing right, and that's complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down, New England.
Play action. It's Newton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. But it's going to be second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Newton steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Again, it's Fournette. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.